Hello, internet. Hi, my name is Alaya. This is really, in case we haven't met before, I come on here sometimes mid-cry to just talk about what's on my mind, process some feelings and thoughts, and just, sometimes do it in a very stream of consciousness way, and other times in a more structured way, maybe through poetry or whatever else there is. I just got back home after spending the last 2 days at my parents' place with my mom and my dad and my brother and their dog and their chickens and my dog. So when I got here, I was really exhausted. I don't know, I arrived maybe like 15-20 minutes ago, and my mom and my brother, so my mom drove me, and my brother and the dog were also on board. And so when we got here, they came with me in the apartment, and because they both had to use the bathroom and stuff. And when I got here, I was immediately so exhausted and just wanted to lie down. But also, on the other hand, just there's a routine to get back into. I think that I feel a little bit stressed about. Like I still have places to be sort of also today. Anyway, but then I just walk my mom and my brother and the dog back to the car, and walking back to my apartment, I immediately noticed that I was getting sad and like was feeling kind of tears well up. And and I'm trying to be a good friend to myself and be with those feelings. But I also, so I started opening my journal and started writing a bit, and then, I don't know, was contemplating maybe, lighting the candle on my altar, and maybe, I don't know, talk to some ancestors or pray or whatever, something I haven't done in a while. And then I was also like, should I move my body? What should I do? And just like, there's immediately so much, like, me trying to be with my feelings immediately is like a task or something that I can do in the right way or the wrong way, like something that I can, I think I'm scared of just, I don't know, like uncontrolled or like, I don't know. So, but I thought maybe it would help to do this for a bit at least. I'm just trying to prop my phone up. And maybe I'm gonna get my feelings wheel of emotions, whatever. If that is where I think it is. I don't know. Maybe it's not here. Okay, apparently it is not where I think it is. So we'll have to maybe do without. There's one more spot that I can look. no feelings wheel. Sorry, I'm gonna keep showing you my nips. Yeah, I think I'm having a hard time naming emotions without immediately falling into stories, but I guess there is sad. That feels that I feel like, yeah, that feels like a valid guess. There's sad. Yeah, and like, I don't know, some maybe like, yeah, loneliness or just exhaustion and confusion and just, I don't know, a feeling of in-betweenness or fear, um fear of the void, fear of, I don't know, fear of being sad. There's some fear of not being enough. I think there's, weirdly, even though arguably this, I don't know, constant worry about being enough is probably something that originated through familial relationships and stuff, but there's still something about being with family, just spending time with the people that and the place that you come from. There's something about it that kind of like, there's something about it that spells enoughness. Like, it's that it's enough to just exist, and I don't constantly have to maybe perform being a person or just invent myself, or I don't know, just there's something about it that's something about being with family is feels harder to like, but then there's also, I don't know, something about it where I feel like I don't have to hold myself up so much. It feels like there's more structure to kind of help me hold the shape of my person. And it's not so much kind of active efforting. At least, I don't know. I feel that right now. Maybe it might not be like it, like, it might be a very specific moment, like temporary association, or I don't know. But yeah. I don't know, maybe there's also something about just the lack of space, that like the lack of kind of, yeah, the lack of space, the lack of kind of like kind of the feeling of like feeling a little bit crowded, feeling like I have to effort to like, even like I feel like, yeah, it feels more like push, like if I'm with my parents or with my family, if I'm there, it feels more like I'm kind of pushing out, like I'm kind of like just me exhaling, like I have to exhale, and there's kind of there's pressure on the sides, but like I feel like, yeah, if I exhale, if like my job is to make space for myself, And it feels a little more straightforward because there's 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 to some degree there is a container, there's a weight that's pushing against my shape, my kind of, yeah, my space. And when I'm here, it feels almost like yeah, sometimes there's like not enough structure, or there's like I have to work very hard to make that structure, and there's nothing, like there's not that much kind of pushing against me from the outside. And yeah, and that like that is, I don't know, that the pushing from the outside can be something, it gives structure. And here I feel like I'm like, oh, I'm floating a little bit more, and I'm constantly like there are like, it's harder to find the edges, and I constantly feel like I have to search for something and search for things to grasp on, as to like not lose myself in the void. Yeah, something like that. I'm thinking about whether I can just like leave it here, or I don't know what to do with those feelings now. I guess I don't have to do anything with it. Maybe I can just breathe into that feeling, into that kind of, into the sensation, and maybe the challenge of adjusting. And also, yeah, just noticing, like, just, it's really hard to like not immediately take that and do something with it. Yeah, this idea, this concept, or like this story. I'm like wondering what I want to do now. Like, where is desire pulling me right now? And I think that's hard. Like, there's a part of me that really doesn't want to do anything right now. And then there's another part of me that's like, I think it would be good for you to like move back, like move into your structure, just like do your workouts, do some yoga, maybe clean up a little. And then I don't think I have even that much time left before other things start going. But maybe this is also just me being scared of empty space. I think I'm just gonna maybe spend a little more time doing nothing. Maybe like 10 more minutes. Maybe doing a meditation, maybe not. And then I'll see, maybe then I'll start to unpack. Because there's also eggs that I have to put in the fridge. Yeah. And then there's always like do I make a plan? Do I like have like, oh, I'm gonna do this, then I'm gonna do this, then I'm gonna do this, to help me kind of like to give me structure, but then sometimes I overdo it and just like, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, and then something inside of me is overwhelmed by all of the things that I'm tasking myself to do, so I don't end up doing anything and just end up scrolling, or yeah. But I feel like I'm gonna be done with this part of my afternoon, or processing, or whatever. And yeah, I'm just gonna lie down for a bit, maybe. Okay. Well, thank you for watching and listening, and I'll see you in the next one.